one, the turfs,
Yeah.
and second thing, a rag, just any old piece of cloth.
Yeah.
If you know where anything like that would be, any old piece of cloth.
Oh, a towel?
A towel, an old towel would
Okay.
be ideal.
Okay.
Yeah, we have now that this has been done,
Yeah.
plenty of time. We could walk to Texaco and buy it ourselves, because
Yeah.
you must be very busy. And this is just one thing for us to do, and we have hours.
Yeah.
So that's fine, we'll do it.
I'll give you money then.
Oh, okay, if you want to pay for it, that's even better. Well, that was minimal. One of the problems with Super 8 movies is that, unlike video, they break really easily. And they're so old-fashioned to protect this much. I love it. I love technology. Beats video any day. The colours are good. If you could have seen it, but we spent 2 nights before we left for Europe putting that film together, editing it with, first off, a blunt pair of scissors, and then with the round editing thing, sticking it together with sellotape, then with the real stuff, sweating over it, and you get to see the first 5 seconds. I'll send you a video.
Hi.
Next comes the bit that I wasn't really expecting, which is to do a painting in front of all these people. I might paint this on my knee so I can talk to you at the same time. Tell you a story about the first time I came to Europe. I was about 19 and I'd always wanted to come to Europe. In a way I wanted to come because I was adopted and I wanted to find my father. And I knew that he was English. That was about all that I knew. I thought I'd go to England and find him, just like that. I knew that he'd been a sailor in which company he'd worked for. So the songs have got about 30 seconds long. The paintings take about 5 minutes. That's it. My crimes in your dark eyes. You say that's fine. Yeah, well, it's fine. No more fiction, no more mine. Time's all I've lost. See those eyes, are you alright? Yeah, I'm alright, I'm fine, I'm just crying. Reason or rhyme was my bottom line, you gave me neither, and I'll do time, do life. Now, goodbye.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's done it before.
Got a whole stuff, yeah.
He's staying here also 2 days, so
Yeah.
you have to
Practice makes perfect. Okay. Hello, I'm Peter Jefferies. I'll introduce myself. And he's
Alastair Galbraith.
Alastair Galbraith.
Very quiet.
Come on, baby, let the bouquet roll. Come on, baby, let it thrill your soul. Come on, baby, let the go-go's roll. Roll 10 years long. Come on, baby, this is it. This is something that I just can't miss. Come on, baby, while the thrill is on. Come on, baby, let's have some fun. Let's burn the door. Let's kill some more. Feels so good when you shoot. Come on, baby, kill some more.
We sell these in the city. We sell T-shirts and sweatshirts with Juli's drawings on it. This is one of them. It says, "Oh, the years I wasted on the Lower East Side," and the other one says, "Where else would you have wanted to waste them?" It's sort of like the bohemian part of the city, the Lower East Side, where Julie used to live, you know, for a long time. Where the Fugs were, that's where they started, Allen Ginsberg and Thule and everybody. Lower East Side. Okay.
I became interested in politics when I was 13. I joined the Communist Front organization, which
It was in the early 50s?
Yeah, no, earlier than that. I was born in, it was in 1936.
Yes.
Soon, I'm a very old person.
Relatively.
Yeah, and my relatives are old too. And the Spanish Civil War was
36.
started. And this was a very important radicalizing influence, I think, for everyone who was alive at that time, especially the young people, because we did see it as, and the rise of fascism, we saw it as a real challenge. And of course, we saw it a little before the bourgeois democracy saw it, because 3 years later the World War started.
Yes.
So in high school, young people were involved in trying to support the Spanish Democrats and the Spanish Socialists, the Spanish Communists, and the Spanish Anarchists.
Yes.
So that was the beginning, I think, of my... I was politicized because I think I lived through the Depression, and you could walk in Central Park in New York City, and you could see homeless people then.
Yes.
Which you now see now, like 60 years later, it's really amazing.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing. Living in the park, and if you want to go back further, Central Park. You've been in New York?
Yes, twice.
Have you been in Central Park?
Yes.
The entire park is man-made, except for the hills and the rocks.
Yes.
And it was built for the rich, right in the center of Manhattan. And it looks it looks quite sort of natural, because they've had 140 years maybe to
get it shaped.
Yeah, to shape it. But what they don't tell you was that in order to build that park, this was in the 1840s and early 50s, there were thousands of Irish immigrants living in the park as squatters.
Yes.
In order to make a nice park for the wealthy people, they were thrown out. As squatters are thrown out all over the world today in the East Side, I'm sure, in the Netherlands and Germany, so on in England. So it's an old story. Who owns the land? Okay, let's do the next slide, please. This is another, my favorite. This was the Supreme Commander in Vietnam. His name was Westmoreland. We called him Wastemoreland, which means destroy more land. He's been injured in the war. He was playing tennis. This shows you how editors and reporters can really see if he could have gotten that report, he would probably have had him shot. And you can choose to print that or not, but it's a wonderful. If you print that picture, you're making a statement, which is tennis is almost as dangerous as war. No, which is that the generals are always back playing tennis, and the poor bastards up front are the ones that are getting shot to death. Next. Basically, what I do most now is write songs and do cartoons.
Yes.
And in the songs are a kind of poetry. And in poetry, poetry is an excuse to say anything. You can do whatever you want. It's just taking the language and moving it where it isn't generally.
Cartoons either.
And the cartoons I do, cartoons are basically satire.
Yeah.
And they're severe criticism in a small space of a particular point.
Concentrated.
Sometimes it's just a joke or one statement, the aphoristic small form. And I do the same thing there, and they're even simpler than songs. But my songs are mostly simple, and my poetry is kind of simple, but life is simple, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Come to Holland to tell the Dutch people what to do.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me. Do what you know about doing better than I do. And this will be my absolutely final song of the day. A Death in the Life. I watched the news today, oh boy. The American army had just won the war. And though the news was rather sad, it wasn't all that bad. Wall Street was a little glad. He blew his mind at an Ivy League school. He didn't know that the majors had changed. That's the major subject. A crowd of professors stood and stared. They'd seen his kind before. Nobody was really sure he'd make the House of Reps. That's the lower American Parliament. I saw Nightline today, oh boys. The FBI had just destroyed the ranch. A crowd of people turned to look, but I just turned away, having read the book. TV, I'd like to turn you off. I wrote the news today, oh boy. 4,000 assholes in Washington, D.C. And though the holes were rather large, I'll fill them all, cried Madame Defarge. I'd love to turn them inside out. I'd bring the news today, oh joy. And there was peace and plenty through the land. The people stood and took their love, and enemies kissed and then walked hand in hand. I love to dream of love. Thank you.
Your temperature's running hot and you run out, baby. Just what I got. Said oh yeah, said oh yeah, said oh yeah, 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 yeah. But she said she loved me best of all. She's my woman, my all in all. She's my lover, she's my ball. Said oh yeah, said oh yeah, said oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So today is the day you choose to do it, which is the wrong day, and it's time to say goodbye.
Did you like the idea of the festival?
I don't know what the idea was.
The lo-fi thing?
Lo-fi? Yeah. No, I didn't notice anything being lo-fi. It's all big PAs and horrible noise.
No.
Not my type of thing at all, really. But and the hotel room was appalling. No soap, no blankets, and you need earplugs and all.
Oh,
but that's the rock lifestyle, apparently. That's what we're trying to avoid. Any more questions?
Yes, please. Did you like it to play here? To to stay here to be with the other artists?
I'm not sure some of the other artists, I wasn't really with them, but I did speak to them and they seem to be very pleasant people, and as are the good people of Nijmegen. I apologise for my countrymen bombing your city during the last war, and we didn't mean it.
No,
although I do hear you're voting fascist a lot around here again.
I know.
So maybe you had it coming to you, who knows? Hi. This is called With the Knives of the Lost. With the knives of the lost they come, with chapped knees of children, with the pallor of the dead, faces masked, the hordes, the ciphers, hungry and stumbling, the unloved, the unemployable and the hollow, but each with a personality, their own special tick, immaculate, unique, tiny miracles of perfection, but still somehow unspecial in their multitudes. It seems that to love the race of man is impossible. Jesus Christ, to love oneself is harder still. So, any more questions? Go on, ask some questions. I'm getting in the mood now. Can't think of something.
Do you like whiskey?
I like whiskey. Whiskey doesn't like me.
Alright, I have no question.
Which of the three arts do you like most? Either writing, the painting, or the...
I like the one I'm doing at the time.
Okay. What decides what you do at what time?
The weather, fate. If I've got any paintbrushes or any guitar strings.
You do the writing?
I do it whatever I feel like, when I feel like it. Hopefully. So, thanks for listening to the stuff. This is called And Also I Have Felt God. Because I have stared down the infinity of the whiskey bottle and seen children's hands waving and heard the empty voices of the lost. Because I have named lovers on both fists and kissed with my tongue the arses of girls like the stars of God. Because I have hated more than it is decent for any man to hate, and still I bite down. Because I still feel for my father's hand gone these 27 years past, and the trees fall like heartbeats in the night. Because misery drips like clocks, and the sun shines with yellow fingers, and my heart bursts still with unknown fires. Because I've stared down these bleak moments, I write this. Thank you.
his pockets. I haven't shaved, that's his wife. The curtains have a floral effect. You put your hands to your hips. You said you're a man and I'm a woman. The carpet's brown, the day is bright. You put out your cigarette. It's money in the bank. I'm not like a stupid sod. You go far, you go slow. I talked to him who I never did know. There's a man in the window. He's got both his hands in his pockets. You go far, you go slow. I talked to him who I never did know. A to Z of your heart. You said we'd never have to part. I feel your fingertips, your thumbs pressed to my eyes. I'm glad she's sad. This thing's gleaming like a gun.
Discovered